Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another reaction episode to The Expanse. This is Red Live, I'm an Amos man. Hello. Okay, what's up? So, The Expanse, what happened last time? So we had the Assured Dragon, which was the spotter ship, and we went and had like an encounter there. Naomi froze up because she has PTSD at this point, which is completely understandable. Clarissa stepped in and she kind of helped Gunny save the day, and then Amos and Holden got inside the spotter ship and they managed to retrieve all the information, which they passed down to Avasarala, and now Earth catches a break. They finally are going to be able to destroy all the asteroids that are constantly being launched to Earth, so now the Navy can like actually get out. However, Avasarala has this idea of, I want to commission from Monica that like some sort of like video or report, or I don't know what, that is going to show the reality of the suffering that Earthers are suffering as a result of the asteroid attack that Marco Inaros had on them, and maybe that will get to the hearts of builders, you know, like maybe not to all of them, but to a number of them, which I actually really like that plan. And we also had the thing where Philip is losing it a little bit. So he got angry and he accidentally killed his friend. He got angry and killed his friend. But now he's feeling like shit about it. And he was also feeling like shit about all the things that he's done before. So I believe that Philip is going to go down this route of like guilt. And I'm going to change based off of the guilt that I have with me. There's also Marco Inaros with his princess look and his Icarus outfit, and the Phoenix and the chest that looks like a fucking World of Warcraft blood elf. And there's also that other chick inside his ship. I remember that in the previous season his ship was called the Pella. I don't know if it's still the Pella now. And yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll hook up or something. I don't know what the deal is with that chick. I mean, she seems like an important character, and so far she has had a number of meaningful conversations. But I don't know exactly where she's gonna go. And then there was also the drummer thing. Drummer, I think she was talking to that one guy. Where does Marco have like the supplies that the Marco forced us pick up on? And then she's like, tell me the location so I can go and steal that shit. And I think that was pretty much everything that happened in the previous episode. I don't remember anything else. That was like the most streamlined, efficient intro that I've ever done in this channel. That was just like information done. None of these Expanse videos have aired yet, so like there's not a lot I can say because there's no one to reply to. I suppose there's one thing that happened that was kind of funny. Is that somebody left a comment, and I'm not gonna say who it was. I'm not gonna say where it was because I don't want anyone to find this comment and potentially harass this person. But it was someone that left a comment that was like, "It appears you're not watching The Expanse Season 6. So I must say goodbye." And it was like the most dramatic way of saying like, I'm gonna unsubscribe, bro. It's just like, it was the most dramatic way to say it. And it's like, it's also the thing of like reading that, knowing that there's like 2 episodes that I haven't released yet because I was still editing them. By the way, so I have edited 2 full episodes in the last week. And I'm gonna have to edit this one in the upcoming 3 days in order to have everything ready for the weekend. So like, if you look at the channel uploads, it might look like I've been like lacing out and not releasing stuff. No, trust me, I was burned out, then my schedules were fucked, the heat wave got me, and then I got sick. It's like a bunch of stuff happened to me, and that's the reason why the channel uploads have been going really slow. Trust me, I've been trying to get this whole thing ready for The Expanse as fast as I could. Of course, I could release episode 1 right now because that one is already edited, but I don't want to. I would rather wait like 4 days and then release everything. Well, episode 1, and then Patreon would have 2 and 3 because listen, man, I gotta eat. I don't have anything against that person, by the way. That person's awesome, probably. But like, to me, that was a little bit funny because it was like, y'all got no faith in me. 0. And that's fine because I don't have faith in myself either. I would be in the exact same position that you guys would be in right now. But like, because also I've been trying to keep the secret, you know, like I haven't been saying what I'm gonna be watching. I just said I'm gonna watch a show. This poll is gonna replace Redacted. I didn't say what show it would be. So yeah, I've just been having fun with y'all. I've just been having fun with y'all for like a week. So yeah, but yeah, trust me, I've been working to get this fucking videos out, and The other day I edited 2 videos in a single day, and that was crazy to me. I never done this shit before. I'm actually kind of proud of that. So yeah, this video I'm gonna try to edit it in the upcoming like 3 days, and then we're gonna be rolling. We're gonna be growing. We're gonna be Gucci. So yeah, I suppose that's everything I can say in this intro. Let's watch the episode now. But yeah, I'm gonna show hello. Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description or the bottom on screen. You can watch the next 2 episodes already and full-length reactions. If you don't want to, then that's totally fine. You'll just have to wait like a week until next episode. That's fine. Alright, I believe we may begin. So, The Expanse, Season 6, Episode 3. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, she's gone.
That bird's gonna matter. That's the only reason why she's in the recap. That bird's gonna come back to life. That dog, or whatever it is, alien dog, is gonna bring it back to life. Like, I really want that bird to be alive. I really want for that to be the case with this thing.
It's fixed.
Oh, it is. It's blue fixed. Okay. The bird's gonna be back to life, but it's gonna be like proto-molecule. Yeah? Yeah, it's the same bird, isn't it? But I don't know about the blue, though. I don't know about the blue, though. Did something happen to the other kid? Oh. What happened to him? They're gonna bring him back to life. She's gonna bring him back to life. Whatever the fuck thing they're doing. Oh, I see where this is going. I see where this is going. I like that I'm like always one step ahead of what the fuck they're doing there. Just because I'm always thinking about what would be like the coolest thing that they could do.
Marco Inaros abandoned Ceres. Hard to believe.
This feels like a trap.
I mean, my immediate thought was like something random throughout the wall. He's gonna blow up the entirety of Ceres, but that would be extreme. He wouldn't do that shit. He would lose all fucking street cred. But I guess he could pin it on the Arthurs.
I'm the chief administrator of this station. I'll talk to someone who matters.
What's happening? Oh, is she gonna tell the truth about Philip? I remember that was the cop from previous episode.
Everything that could be of use to your troops has been stripped. Ceres has no warships, no munitions, no functioning repair skiffs, no surplus fuel or rations.
Is she gonna give them rations? I'm still afraid Marco's gonna blow the station up or something.
Last thing we need is to be seen rounding up Bertas like cattle.
It could be that they're gonna record this and be like, look at what they're doing over at Ceres.
Inaros knew we needed this port to repair and refuel and stage for Jupiter and Saturn.
And they don't have it.
And he turned it into a trap.
If he were in this position, he wouldn't lift a finger to keep our people alive. This is his mess.
And he made it ours.
At first, I just wanted to kill you. Then I thought it'd be better to disgrace you. To make my father look like a hero, I guess. I'm not blaming you. I did it to myself. I take responsibility for that. I used my mods to kill a man. He trained me, stood up for me, and was nothing but good to me.
The fact that she brings that up, a man that was like for...
Every time I use my mods, I see his face.
Damn, that's good. That's good, that's good. She like shrunk this fucking face in order to fit it into like the compartment.
I think that's the
remember.
reason I always throw up afterwards.
Oh damn, that's good shit.
Everybody on this ship has something they regret.
Yay. That was a great scene. I love that. I love that scene. Can't believe Clarissa went like so widely from one side to the other.
Oh yeah. When I was on the Kent, the run was pretty much Saturn, Ceres, and back.
The Canterbury, I haven't thought about that in a while.
Me neither. Like, damn shit.
Was a time I would have jumped at the chance to haul you all back to Hecate Base and have you vigorously debrief.
Is this the episode where we're all reminiscent of the fact that we all wanted to kill each other at one point?
If I'd been through all the things you did, would you be embarrassed for me?
No.
Then there you go.
The Barkeith.
Is that a ship?
The one that went through the...
Martians. I could really use some help making sense of it.
You're trying to distract me by giving me an interesting problem.
Oh.
Yes.
2 birds and 1 stone. This episode's nice so far, you know? Yeah, everyone's talking, everyone's interacting. I like that.
On Ganymede,
Yeah.
an agri-genetics researcher was shot and killed when she attempted to flee during a routine security check. It is believed the researcher was a spy for the Inners. Inaros partisans clashed with protesters, leaving several injured, including 1 Free Navy mechanic dead.
Coward.
3
Okay.
new UNN capital ships and 2 Martian Dungeon class. That's more than we expected.
Oh, they rebuilt their forces quickly. They will need them.
This is nothing to be happy about.
Why should I be sad? We will overcome it.
Do you have any plans or are you just deluding yourself?
Why do you care what the dissident thinks?
You
It's a
told the
welter.
people on Ceres that it was our new capital.
He
that we
did
were
do
making
that, I
the pride
remember.
of the belt.
And you feel that?
We abandoned them. Was that always part of your plan?
I was
We
never
could never
telling the
hold
truth.
Ceres against the inners. But the people there needed to believe that we could. So I told the people what they needed to hear.
Oh, that feels so good. I mean, it feels so good for me to be like, I don't listen to him.
We had to deal with
He's
it.
lying.
Tied up
And
their resources and weakened them.
God, what a piece of shit. And he's realizing he's a piece of shit too. I love this. Ah, here comes the silver tongue.
Belters on Ceres are not like us.
You shouldn't care about them. They're
They
soft
slaved away
belters.
for the inners, accommodating their needs instead of fighting for ours, caring more for their own comforts than the future of the belt. We're meant to be out here in the darkness.
What a fucking shit. What are you gonna say, Philip? Say something. Okay, there was like a little bit of concern in his face. Oh my god, that felt so good because like I always been calling out Marco and this bullshit because of course. And when that scene happened, I remember saying like I wasn't listening to him. I'm sorry. I was just like I zone out whenever he's saying shit. I'm just like whatever. I don't believe his lies. And now immediately he's like, yeah, I was lying.
Scared.
Pastor Anna. Oh, I didn't realize that was Anna. Damn, they got her back.
What part of the system we're from?
Poor Haarute.
Shut the fuck up. Don't you talk shit on Anna. Don't you fucking talk shit on Anna. Anna's the best character the show's ever had. Narrowly winning against Prax. You know? I haven't forgotten my man Prax. Damn, they got Anna back. They got the actress. I wonder if she's gonna have like a proper scene. Okay, let's try and pay attention.
Some Haarutes have to live the way we always have.
No one should have to live the way we have.
And maybe now they'll understand it.
Understand what? That the belt poisoned the water and stopped them? That we killed the children the way that they kill us?
What is the problem?
Hopefully that guy is not gonna betray us. Because we can see his ideology now.
See why you wanted that one off your ship?
Did I?
Michio's the good one. Shut the fuck up.
Quite liked your last report.
I figured that you approved it.
The pastor has a knack for eliciting.
She got Anna in. Oh, that makes sense. I love
my
that.
next piece.
Yeah, because Amos did get Anna to talk with Monica in order to get the report back in Evidence Gate. Ah, it's so good. Maybe something's gonna happen with Monica. Hopefully she won't die. Just because we saw that shot of her going away, I'm just like, oh no. Oh!
Rosie Nante.
They're headed for Ceres.
They found the Rosie. Holy shit.
We can't be sure what else is out there without active scans, and we can't give away our position.
They are nearly within missile range.
If we divert, it will...
Philip is not gonna shoot. Philip is gonna stop whatever attack they're gonna have.
You don't have to do this. It is not the right time.
Even she is like, don't do this.
Recognize an opportunity when one presents itself.
Look at this bitch's fucking smug ass grin.
Will you take the guns?
Okay, good. He's not gonna pull the trigger. He's not gonna pull the trigger. If Philip is the one behind the launch missile button, then he's not gonna do it.
But I can't say how well it bonded.
I don't know why, but I just imagine Gunny putting on the armor and just going outside, just punching the missiles.
Amos, I hope this finds you well.
Stop.
Sorry, that was trite.
This is the plant guy.
Stop, Brax!
Right.
I know you're in the middle of the war. The Free Navy shot a researcher in my lab today.
Yeah! The researcher! She mattered!
Carvonidis was developing a new strain of yeast with a robust proofing polymerase, modified with organelles that mimic the protomolecules' harvesting structures. It produces a complete digestible protein with micronutrient uptake comparable to unmodified soy.
Give him a second.
So that's gonna be really good for feeding the belt and everyone.
Sense to you. This yeast could create massive amounts of food out of little more than spare carbon dioxide and waste energy. Please get this data to them. I think that's what Carvonidis was trying to do.
Oh, I love.
I miss you, my friend.
Oh.
I hope this helps.
There's nothing in this for him. He's just a good guy.
Ah, this episode is the best episode. They're really just like fucking hitting my brain with like nostalgia. Just like, remember this character? Remember this character? Anyway, we gotta get ready for battle now.
It's happened to different kinds of ships and in different rings, but the disappearances seem to be happening in clusters, each roughly spanning the same amount of time. And if someone falls in, they're gone. But then a minute later, the hole itself is gone and everything seems normal. Until another hole suddenly opens up somewhere else. And for the next minute, more people fall into that.
Radar ping 3 ships vectoring towards us at high speed.
IDs?
No transponders. Checking drive signatures.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Ken.
Naomi's gonna be able to realize Isabella. I mean, they're gonna be fine. It's our main cast. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
God damn it. I'll be right back.
Don't do something crazy, Bolt Man. Oh, fuck. What's happening? Marco blew up the fucking... Yeah, he blew up Ceres. He filled Ceres up with bombs. God fucking damn it. Monica's also right there. Shit. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Fucking... God damn it. I'm trying to root for you, man.
We're too far away.
It's the only chance we've got.
It
Everybody
is.
brace for a hard spin.
This also means that we gotta shoot Philip with the railgun, right?
Lover is hit. Real bad.
They got one of them.
Idiots.
Gannicus is requesting permission to disengage for 8.
We don't need either of them. Flight, maintain distance.
It's just a Pella now.
End this now.
He's not gonna do it.
Fighting.
Damn it, bro! Come on!
Do you spin again? I'll take the shot.
Would you fall
Really?
You're seeing a spin and evading before it can fire.
Just give me the shot.
Miss.
Port. They dodged to port both times.
I get it. Torpedoes?
Yeah, give them something else to worry about.
So you know how they're gonna dodge, and that's when you take the shot. So they're gonna focus on the torpedoes, and then you railgun to the place they're gonna dodge, which is port, every time. Is that it? Got him! Got him! Oh, damn! Someone got hit bad.
Holy shit, it worked.
Holy shit, it worked. I know. It's right there. You bitch.
Holden.
Philip's right there. You're not gonna shoot because Philip's right there. Fucking Marcus smug smirk. Just moving out of the way.
Firing one!
Wow. Holden's. Wow.
Direct hit, but no detonation.
Damn, the fact that it was Holden the one who did that, not Naomi.
And withdraw.
Oh man, that didn't go the way I thought it would. It's even cooler.
But at least we didn't lose.
We did kind of win. We won a 3v1. Yeah, he's the one that disarmed that. It's okay, I got it. You don't have to tell me.
Baited us with their bullets.
Yeah, they
were
did.
smart.
They were.
Lucky.
They were
A new
smart.
pilot as soon as possible. One who won't shit himself in battle.
And we fought hard.
Not hard enough.
I fired when you said. What was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to kill the enemy. They're not dead.
He did what he was supposed to do.
You failed.
You failed, Dad. You piece of shit.
What did you say?
This is your fault.
You're the
We
commander.
didn't need to be here. We didn't need to be in this fight.
Also that.
You are a coward.
We didn't need to kill James Holden. That was your pride.
Oh!
Just you wanted to kill the man.
You are relieved of duty. Get off this deck and out of my sight.
Oh, someone's emotional. Oh, someone's emotional. Someone's a little bitch. Someone's a little bitch. Someone can take the heat. Chip, 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 chip. Oh man, sorry. I just revel in this, you know? I just revel in this. I'm probably the person that takes the most amount of like joy in seeing Marco like this. Yo, if you see any other reactor that has this emotion when they see Marco like this, let me know. I want to check their videos out.
Bossman, Medina Station is pleased to report that RSR G6 was just received at Laconia Ring Gate. Operational testing will commence as soon as possible and we will, of course, keep you fully apprised.
Okay.
If this one performs as well as the others, it will be fun.
Okay, he has an ace. We don't know what that is, but it is an ace. Coming from Laconia. Okay, I'm telling you right now, before I cut away, before I even start discussing, my guess is that whatever that thing is at the end, coming from Laconia, so what we're seeing at the beginning of each episode is something that happened in the past, like a couple months ago. And what Marco is getting right now is the results of the research that they discovered at Laconia, which is the thing that brings things back to life or fixes shit. And he's gonna get that, and like that's what he's getting at the end of the episode. It's whatever it is that they found in Laconia that is able to bring things back to life. And whatever we see at the beginning of the episode, that's something that happened a couple months ago. And this is now the future. Okay, that's my wild theory guess. All right, anyway. God, that episode was so fucking good. I had so much fun watching that episode. That was like legitimately one of my favorite episodes of The Expanse ever. And I'm not even, sorry if it sounds like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. And like a big part of why I enjoyed it is because I get to make fun of Marco Inaros. Because, okay, so I don't know if y'all are annoyed by this, by my reaction to this, but sorry, this is just the way I am, and this is the way it's gonna be. I said this before, but like, I genuinely like despise Marco Inaros, like not as a character, but as a person. I think he's a great character as a villain, but I fucking hate people like him. So I have a hard time just forcing myself to like deal with his shit, and I found it really. Like really vindicating whenever I heard in this episode that Philip confronts Marco about like, you're a coward, you left people in Ceres behind even though you told them that Ceres is going to become a new capital. And Marco is like, I was lying, of course I was lying, I needed to manipulate them in order to get their supplies or whatever. And it's like, oh my god, that feels so good, because I remember when I was watching that episode, because I had to edit it previous week, like a couple of days ago, I had to edit that episode. And I remember when that happened, I was like, that was the first moment in the season where I was like, sorry, I wasn't listening to what he was saying, because I have a radar whenever like someone starts speaking bullshit that I just zone off, because I refuse to listen to that person. Because if I pay any mind to someone like that is just bullshitting that hard, I'm playing their game. So I immediately zone off and I just stop listening. And I've always done that with Marco Inaros. And that did happen in episode 1 when he was talking to the people of Ceres. I was like, yeah, whatever, Marco's just lying. Anyway, moving on. Next scene. What's the next scene? And I started laughing because I didn't realize that I was zoning out because I didn't want to listen to him. And then I realized it and I started laughing. And this episode, he's like, of course I was lying. I was bullshitting. And it's like, yeah, I love that. I love that Philip listened to him and he believed him. And then he was like, I was lying. You dumb bitch. Why would I tell the truth? Why would I not manipulate these people into giving us their things, their stuff, to fight and die for my cause, you know? Like, why wouldn't I do that, you know? Why wouldn't I get, like, an advantage? And then I can throw these people away. They're cowards. They're dissidents. Why would I give a shit about them? They're not fighters. They're not real fighters like we are, son, you know? It's like, oh my god, this man. I hate him so much. And the fact that he gave me this like big vindication, I was just like, oh, that feels so good. What felt even better was the end. What felt even fucking better was the end, because my man lost. My man lost the why? Because he really lost. And it's funny because like in the Rosie, they didn't feel like they won. They were like, oh, we survived. But then Marco is like, no, we lost. We fucking lost. No. Excuse me, he didn't say we lost. He said, you failed me. You all did your jobs wrong. If we got a better pilot, if we got a better man on the gun and fucking shooting the things. And he was like, but dad, I pressed the button. Well, I did shoot my mom. I did try to kill my mom. And I pressed the button when you told me to. And he was like, no, you failed. You're a failure. And it's like, he didn't do anything wrong. You know who did something wrong? You, my man. You're the commander. You're the one that decided to do this out of nowhere because of your dumb ego. Just like, I'm gonna kill that bitch woman. I'm gonna kill that bitch woman and the new boyfriend she has, a fucking cunt. It's like, that's what Marco Inaros is. That's literally what he is to a core. He's just an angry child. I will continue to say that. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason why I say that so much, it is because I just hate him. But also because I remember back then, I really don't like talking shit on people in comments. I never like clapping back. you know, unless it's funny. You know, I like being funny in comments, but I never like shooting back at people that say shit. But I remember back when I was watching The Expanse a year ago, there was someone that like, they hated my reactions to Marco Inaros because I always made fun of him. And they were like, no, Marco Inaros he's awesome, you know? He's a good and honorable warrior. You know, he's really smart, he's really clever, he's a Sigma male. And I'm just like, he's a dumb bitch. He's a dumb, egotistical, pride as fuck bitch. And and that's what I think about Marco Inaros. I'm sorry, because like, to me, that's really pathetic. What we saw at the end of this episode, to me, that's really pathetic. And that's always what Marco has been to me. He's always the guy who's like, he's so self-centered, he's so egotistical, and he believes he's hot shit. And to a degree, he kind of is, because he has the ability to manipulate people into doing whatever the fuck he wants, which is on itself, it is a great ability to have. So in a skillful way, you can commend them for being able to do that. However, I don't care about that because I hate, how do I put this? That's such a dick thing to do. That's such a dick move. Like, everything he does is like so like unabashedly like morally wrong and fucked up and evil, but also coming from like I'm gonna say he's kind of like an incel. It comes from like an incel-y way, you know, just like, I'm angry at everyone in the world because I don't get my way and it's everyone's fault, but not mine. I'm awesome, you know? My dick is big, you know? That's why he's wearing the fucking phoenix, you know? Like, that's why he wears his costume, is because he's literally out here just being like, my dick is huge. And I'm just like, so to me, he's pathetic. Because to me, those traits make a very pathetic person. So I really genuinely feel like he's a very pathetic individual. I don't care about what he's accomplished, because to me, what he's accomplished, he accomplished at the cost of like betraying people and treating people like they were nothing and just lying and cheating and stealing. And it's just like, to me, that is pathetic. He is a pathetic human being. I will never look at someone like that and be like, oh, he was awesome. You know, you don't look at Hitler and you go like, oh, he was an awesome general. It's like, no, fuck that guy. You know, that's how I feel. So that's how I feel about Marco Inaros. And I do make fun of him a lot, because not just because I feel like it is pathetic, but because I just think that he would hate the fact that I treat him like that. So that just makes me want to treat him like that. So that's just the short version of it. But I love how at the end of this episode, he lost. Like, he lost because he really just tried to do something and it didn't work out. And he's just lashing out at everyone. It's everyone's fault except mine. I'm good. And then Philip is actually confronting him. I love that. Philip actually came in and he was like, Dad, you fail. Because like, he told Philip, you fail. And then Philip was like, no, you fail. Like, why did I fail? I did things right. I pressed the button when I had to, you know, like, because like, I was expecting Philip to not be able to press the button. He was like, I'm going to be in charge of the guns and I'm going to fire and kill my mom. And then at the last second, I'm going to be like, but wait, maybe I don't want to do that. You know, maybe I don't want to kill my mom, you know, but no, he did it. And like, to be fair, that's a bad thing on Philip, that the fact that he was just able to press the button and whatever. To be fair, he wasn't staring at his mother's face as he did it, you know, that would have been a different story. It is, you know, if you put enough levels of like separation between you and the act you're committing, it is easier to commit it. So to him, he was just shooting down a ship, you know? He wasn't seeing Naomi's like sad crying face as he did it. So that would have been differently. But the fact that he still did it, it set it up so then Philip did everything right. Everyone did everything right. And then Marco's just lashing out at everyone. Meanwhile, everyone is looking at him like, why did we engage the Rosie? Like, why did we do that? Like, we didn't have to do that. There was no reason to do that. And Marco is like, fuck you, we do what I want to do. You do what you're told. And it's like, yeah, but man, like, literally the only reason why we did that is because you're a self-centered prick that's angry at your ex and her new boyfriend, and you're angry that they played you, and you just want to kill them all. And he doesn't want to admit it. And I like that Philip is like, the reason why you did this is because of your dumb pride. And then he's like, you're relieved from duty. It's like, that's like, you know when you beat your parents in an argument and they don't have any comebacks, and they're like, fuck you, you're grounded. That's what he did. And it's so pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic. Like, God, that feels so good. That feels so good. I said it during the reaction, yo, if there are any other like reactors that you see of The Expanse that have this emotion and reaction to Marco. Just they say that he's pathetic as fuck and they laugh at him. Please link them to me. Let me know who they are. I'm gonna check out their videos out because I love making fun of them. That's really fun to me. I'm sorry. And like anyone who's like, oh, Marco Inaros is awesome. I'm just like, whatever, man. You can enjoy things the way you want to enjoy them. But at the same time, I think I express myself the best way when I said the Hitler analogy, you know? I don't look at Hitler and I'm like, yeah, he led his armies very well, you know? That man, he was onto something. No, man, I'm like, fuck that guy. I don't entertain the thought. And I'm not going to entertain the thought with Marco Inaros. And I know one is a fictional character, another one is a historical figure. I still don't entertain the thought. I fucking hate this guy. Anyway, moving on. Another thing this episode did, which was actually, God, this episode was so fucking good on so many levels. Like, so much joy. This episode really just hit my brain with the nostalgia center. Just like, you remember this? Remember that? It's almost like it was made for me, you know, for someone that watched all of The Expanse last year and then was waiting for this season to come out. Because I did watch seasons 1 through 5, like in a single go. And it's almost like this season start coming out and it's like, remember all that shit that you watched previously? And I'm like, yeah, I remember when I was into The Expanse every week. I was watching with everybody. We were talking about how awesome Anna and Prax were. Hell yeah, I remember. And it's funny because Anna showed up and I didn't realize in real. I was like, wait, shit, that's Anna. Because they showed me this subtitles that said Pastor Anna Volovodov is talking. And I'm like, wait, shit, that is her. And I was like, hell yeah, that's my girl. And I'm wondering if maybe she'll show up for an episode, you know, like not just as like a background thing. Maybe she'll actually show up, but I'm gonna say probably not. And the reason why is because it looked like kind of like she was in a green screen. I mean, I'm not sure exactly about the composition of the shot. She could have been green screen into that background. Oh, she looks a little bit older. That makes me sad. It makes me sad to see people getting older. But okay, so I don't know if she was green screen in there. Maybe she was. There was like a forest behind her and she's talking, but it's like she's standing on like she's just standing and she's talking, which means that that's very easy to just like green screen, you know, just get a background of a forest and then she's just talking and there you go, whatever. The same goes with Prax. Prax showed up and it's literally just, it's almost like a cameo video that he filmed, you know? I wonder if Practice Actor has a cameo and if the background is exactly the same as the one you see here. Because it was literally like he just grabbed his phone and he just recorded himself talking. Like not Prax, the actor, you know? So it almost makes me feel like these people were just hanging out in their house during COVID, because I'm pretty sure this was filmed during COVID because we've been in COVID hell for 2 years. So I'm guessing that they were all just hanging out in their house and they got contacted. Hey, you want to show up, like do like a little bit of a cameo for The Expanse? And they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. So then it's like, okay, you stand over here and you talk and say these lines. And then she's like, okay, perfect. She's just like recording with like she could record with her phone, whatever. Phones have enough quality nowadays. And then they sent that to the production. Prax probably recorded just himself with his phone. Prax wasn't even cut. Like, he wasn't green screen or anything. It was just him in a dark background. And he was just talking. He was like, Amos, my friend. It's like, I can see this actors just being like, contacted to film like a little thing and then they just send it to the production and then they add them into the episode that way. I can see them doing that. They didn't have to show up on set or anything. They just probably did that. And if that was the case, which I think it was, then they're probably not going to show up for the episode. But I really wish they did. I really wish they did show up for the episodes, because like when Anna showed up, I was like, oh, my girl Anna. Yeah, I was so happy. And then I was like, Anna's the best fucking character, beating just by a hair Prax. My man Prax. I haven't forgotten my man Prax. And then Prax showed up and I'm like, oh, you know, I was listening, man. I was listening. Like at first I thought that Amos's message was going to be like Philip being like, we're about to attack you or something like that, you know? But then Prax showed up and I'm like, holy shit. And like, it's funny because they mentioned the researcher on Ganymede, and I remember Ganymede, funny, that's a play in season 2. I remember with Prax, researcher for this like plants or whatever. I'm like, funny, like Prax. And then he showed up and he was like my colleague, and I'm like, oh, that mattered. Like that had a connection. Oh my god, dude, this episode really was just a lot of fun. This episode was just a lot of fun, you know? This episode was just like candy, you know? It was just like a bunch of candy just thrown at me, you know? You want chocolate, you want fucking lollipops, you get everything. And I'm like, I'm trying to cut out sugar, but sure, I'll fucking cheat for a day, you know? One day is fine. Okay, what else? Sorry, I just got all my excitement out of the way now. The bird came back to life. I fucking tell you, like, that fucking bird was gonna come back to life. I knew it. I feel fucking sure. And like, it's funny because The Expanse does this. It's this thing where like, and they don't do this on purpose, at least I don't think, is the fact that, like, I feel like I can predict with like a 50% accuracy exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, not exactly, not details, on a scene-to-scene basis, not details, but I can predict more or less where something is gonna go with like a 50% accuracy. I feel like every scene, I'm just like, oh, that shot signifies this, and this is what's gonna happen next scene. I feel like that's something I do like almost every scene, and I hit like 50% of the time, you know, which is a pretty good percentage chance, you know, like it's pretty good. And I feel quite happy about that, you know, because like when you see the dead bird and it's like, why are we seeing these scenes? And then there's like the weird dog comes in, and then the girl is like, no, go away. And then she's looking at the dead bird, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna matter. The bird and the dog are gonna matter. The bird is dead. They're making a big deal out of the fact that the bird is dead. The dog's gonna somehow bring the bird back to life. Now, I don't know exactly how that happened. So we can throw a couple theories. One, the dog itself brought the bird back to life. You know, like the dog has like something that brings people back to life in its saliva or something. So maybe it like ate it and then like a frog like spit it out, or maybe it shat it out, or maybe it just carried it back to like a fountain of life. You know, it's like a fantasy concept. You know, there's things called fountains of life in some RPGs, and you can heal there. So maybe if you bring someone there, they can resurrect, you know, like their body will like super regenerate and be brought back to life, basically, you know, because like I don't know how the Expanse went to play this, you know, because you can also play with like the concept of a soul or something, but then there's also the Miller situation. Remember what happened with the protomolecule, and then Miller was like some kind of weird thing that exists in a consciousness and somewhere else in like a super alien computer, and then he teleported into Holden's brain, but he wasn't Miller, but then he was Miller, and he just kept switching back and forth. It was weird. It was fucking weird. But like something like that could happen. And here's the thing, is that the drone that the girl used for a second, that drone had a blue thing. When it was flying, it had like what is the word I'm looking for? The things that spin, that allow it to fly, like helicopters. Blades? Well, it had like 4 blades that were spinning, and one of them was blue. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so it got repaired by something akin to the protomolecule, maybe? Maybe it was the protomolecule itself. Maybe this is the planet where the protomolecule originates from, because I don't think that was Ilus. That was the name of Season 4's planet, right? Ilus. I don't think the protomolecule came from Ilus, but I don't remember exactly what the deal was with Ilus. I don't remember exactly what the final debriefing was on Ilus, but maybe this is the planet where the protomolecule comes from, you know? And maybe there's some even greater things happening in this planet, or maybe it's completely unrelated. Maybe this is just the fountain of life that this planet has. So I don't know, but yeah, that drone was fixed, and that bird came back to life, and that kid's gonna come back to life. So we saw the little brother for a couple scenes, previous episode, now in this episode, and I was like, how is the little brother gonna matter? I was like, the little brother's gonna come with the sister, and they're gonna find some crazy shit together. No, they didn't. The little brother just went and played football, and somehow he died? Somehow my man died playing football. Bro, I'm like, the point is the kid is dead, and listen, man, it doesn't take a lot to think about this. It's like, a kid died, the sister somehow just found something that brings entities back to life, one-on-one together. That's more or less where the plot is gonna go. So what I'm assuming is gonna happen is that the little girl is gonna think about the bird and the fact that the bird was brought back, and it might take her a little bit, but like eventually she's just gonna come to the realization of like, wait, what if I bring my brother to the dog, and whatever the dog did is gonna bring my brother back? Like, it might take her a little bit to come to that realization, but she will come to that realization, and that's what we're gonna do. And in fact, I'm now thinking about the pacing of how that's gonna come, how it's gonna happen, and I'm thinking she's gonna think about that next episode. She's gonna maybe start doing it next episode, then she's gonna succeed in episode. She's gonna actually do it in episode 5, and I'm not sure if they're gonna show up for episode 6. Because I feel like for episode 6, they have to reveal that whatever the fuck Marco is getting at the end of this episode, it is the ability to bring people back to life. So they need to reveal that, yes, you get something that brings people back to life, and you have to show that Marco gets that in the same episode for like a fucking crazy finale. Damn, like, I have a hard time predicting this because I thought that season 6 was going to be the end, but it doesn't feel like we're moving fast enough. So I don't know how this is going to go. I suppose the final episode hasn't aired yet. I suppose I can Google this, right? The final episode hasn't aired yet. We're only up to episode 5. So I think I can Google. Okay, maybe. God, I'm scared. Expanse season 6. Is it the end? Question mark. Okay, first article that I see. The Expanse showrunner says room for more after season 6. This article is from like a year ago. Okay. Dominic Tipper, who plays Naomi, slightly hinted at the possibility of a longer show life on another outlet when she joined castmate Steven Strait and Wes Chatham on EW Live. Look, this is the end of the TV show on Amazon, so we'll just have to see what happens. Okay, I see. Damn, they're just really gonna do it like this, huh? They're just really gonna be like, yeah, we're just gonna cram out a bunch of shit into 6 episodes again, and then hope that we get picked up by someone else again. Oh my god, they're really doing it again. Oh man, that's kind of okay. So I'm basing all my information from that interview that I just read, by the way. So it means that season 6 is not gonna be the end of the show. Okay, good, because I was getting worried. I was like, the show is not moving fast enough. I'm worried if that's gonna be the end. We need to like tie up a bunch of shit into the episodes. But it appears that there's gonna be a conclusion. I'm gonna say probably a conclusion to the war arc, and then we're gonna see what happens next, in the sense of the show is gonna be done on Amazon because they probably like already like did like a contract of like you're gonna get up to season 6, and then we'll figure out and see what happens. Maybe Netflix will pick them up or something, you know, like the show's doing really well. I think the show's doing really well. Like I think the show's pretty good, and so far this season has been pretty good too, so maybe someone else will pick them up. Expanse fans are fucking wilding. They're like Rush fans. Makes sense. So it makes sense that fans are just gonna go on Twitter and just gonna start screaming, and then someone is gonna be like, fine, whatever. Some other billionaire is gonna be like, sure, whatever. I'll buy them. I guess I'll rescue these guys, you know. And we're gonna be like, thank you, billionaire. I hate you, but I guess the show is saved now, so thank you. Man, that means that we don't have to owe Jeff Bezos anything after this is over. We're gonna shit talk him because he didn't renew for season 7. That's good. Anyway, we may move on. Okay, I was getting worried about where this was gonna go, but it means that we can have like a season cliffhanger with Marco getting the ability to resurrect people back to life or some shit. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, that's good. If we go down the route of you can resurrect people, it means a lot of things. It means that anyone can die, because then they can undie. You know, we're gonna have Holden die, and then they're gonna bring him back or some shit, you know? Or it also means that we can potentially bring back someone that was already dead, like Miller. Now, I don't know how we would do that, because Miller's body was literally turned into like a blue alien fungus, and then yeeted into a planet and exploded, and then he turned into the planet. I don't know what the fuck happened to Miller's body. So we probably cannot bring Miller back, but we can bring back like some other people, you know. We essentially are introducing like someone's gonna die in the main cast, and then we're gonna pop up the resurrection potion, and then they're gonna come right back, and maybe they'll mutate or something. Oh, that'll be cool. Imagine if Amos died and then he came back and he was like half alien. That would be dope. That was fucking dope. I'll be down for that. You know, not like a gross mutation, you know, like I'm losing my mind mutation like in season 2. I mean like a cool one, you know. He's still human, but now he's like blue. That would be cool. Imagine that, Amos, but blue. Anyway, I'm having too much fun. Sorry. Like, actually, I love The Expanse. I love whenever I can have fun with this fucking show. Okay, let's talk about this. This scene. Let's stop having fun and actually enjoy this scene, because there was a scene where early in the episode, Holden leaves Clarissa on watch out, duty, look out, and Clarissa starts saying like, no, I can't do that. I don't have training or whatever. But eventually she's like, okay, sure. But then she has this moment where she turns to Holden and she's like, you know, I got my mods to kill you. And Holden's like, oh, okay. And I remember that. And this episode was genius because he prepared me for the nostalgia. Because she said, I got my mods to kill you, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I remember that we had like a couple scenes where or like one scene in Abaddon's Gate where she was like buying her mods from like a black market or something. Like she like hid herself and she was buying something shady, and we didn't know what was happening back then. But I remember that scene, and I remember it even better because I watched reactions to that scene later. So I'm like, oh, that's what that meant, you know? So she gets the mods because of that. And then she starts talking about how she killed this one dude who was her mentor, and she helped him out, and he helped her out. Sorry, pronouns. And she was like very thankful, and he had a family, but she had to kill him. And every time that she pops up her mod, he thinks about him. He sees his face, and she thinks that that's actually the reason why she vomits every time she uses her mod, because she keeps thinking about this guy that she had to kill, and she feels so disgusted with herself. And it's like, yeah, I also remember that she had to like crush his head in order to like put him into like compartment to hide the body. I think she had to do that because I think she was talking about that one guy. The first guy that she had to kill, and which was a cool guy. He was a nice guy, and she had to kill him, which was her setup in order to think of Clarissa's bad, which it was. But now she's actually like, I'm good, and I also feel like shit about that. And it's good because it's one of those things that like you didn't need to bring that back. You didn't need to mention that guy back again. You know, it's making me think to like a couple of weeks ago I watched an episode of Hannibal. And there was a guy that just got shot and died, and it was just some side whatever passerby that didn't matter. And so nobody mentioned the fact that guy just died. And I had a moment where I was like, that guy died. Fucking think about that. There was a dude that showed up and he died and someone killed him. You know, this guy killed him. And no one is going to address that. And no one did, because that guy didn't matter to the plot. In the same way that this guy that Clarissa is bringing back from Abaddon's Gate didn't matter to the plot. Especially doesn't matter now. But now it does matter because Clarissa brings it back in the sense of I feel guilty. And it is great because it is one of those things that like Clarissa remembers that shit. Clarissa remembers that guy. And she feels horrible about what happened to that guy. And that becomes a part of her permanent character. She feels guilty and she wants to change. And I love that. Oh, she wants to repent. I love that. I'm never going to get tired of saying this, but like one of my favorite things that you can do with any character is show a character that feels regret and guilt and they're trying to change and do better. That's fucking so good for me. That's, you know, whatever Marco is, that is the opposite, you know? Whatever Marco is on one end of the spectrum, the one that I hate, and then the other, the regretful, sorrowful character that is trying to like make things better and change and improve and feels guilty and like shit. That's the other opposite of the spectrum. That's the one that I love. So yeah. So I love that about Clarissa. It adds onto her character. And the fact that he's talking honestly with Holden and telling him this, and Holden is completely understanding, and he's like, don't worry, we all have shit here, we all regret something. And it's so awesome having this characters bond. It's so awesome what they're bonding about. It's so awesome things that they're saying. Another thing, why this episode is so genius is because they're preparing me for the nostalgia. They mentioned that one guy in Abaddon's Gate. Then they mention the Canterbury. And I even Ghani is like, I haven't thought about that in so long. And it's like, yeah, me neither. But like, it got brought back. Canterbury came back. Anna came back. Prax came back. And Prax is like, you're my friend. It's like, oh, that's so good. And Monica also, oh, that's so clever. Because the reason why Anna was shown on TV showing the disaster of war was because Monica did the thing that Avasarala told her to do, and she got Anna to do it because Monica in Abaddon's Gate had to send like a message in order to get everyone on board on the same plan, and the only person that managed to deliver the message and get everyone to believe in it was Anna, because Anna is such an empathetic and caring and loving person. So Monica was like, okay, who can I get in order to get this message across? I know just the right person, because she got introduced to Anna in Abaddon's Gate. They have a connection. Oh, it's so good. And the fact that Prax is like, Prax was so good, and he was so caring and so loving, and he's like, I'm fine, May is fine. And I like that he's like, don't worry about May, don't worry about me, just get this. And I like that Amos is like, he wasn't thinking about himself or his family, he's just a nice guy. That's the reason why he did this, you know, because he's putting his life at risk by getting this message out. And it's okay, it's not a message, it's like this composite or whatever it is, like this chemical thing that is able to like essentially create food out of like almost nothing. It's so sustainable, so good, just essentially free food. World hunger is solved, whatever. Oh my god, that's so good. It's so good for everybody. But it appears that Marco silenced that woman. Am I wrong in thinking that? Okay, I'm gonna say that that is an assumption. I don't remember exactly what the report was, but they said that she was like an Earther spy and that's why she got killed. That's what they said, right? So I'm assuming that Marco just saw this woman, what this woman was capable of doing, and then he was like, fuck this woman, kill her, because this does not align with my goals, so fuck that. But then Prax comes in clutch and he's like, here's the information, please get it out there. And I think they send it to Abasarala. I think that's what Amos did. So that's so fucking good. So good. Oh my god. This episode is so genius. This episode is so good. And like, it is playing with my emotions, isn't it? It is toying with my emotions. It is toying with my nostalgia. Just like, you like these characters, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do. You remember these events? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And it's like, yeah, you want to see them again? I'm like, I see what you're doing here and I like it. Okay, okay, Naomi cracked the code. There is a pattern between the things that are happening on the ring gates with the red thing. If I understood correctly, I think she says that like a random thing opens at a ring gate and it like changes it, or a thing opens overlapping it, which is the red thing. And it opens for like a minute and then it closes. And I think she says that it opens somewhere else then. So I think that she meant whatever that is opens on a ring gate for a minute, and then it closes and it opens up over here, you know, and then it closes and it opens up over here, you know, and then it just keeps pop. And so ships that go missing are ships that are at different ring gates whenever that happens. So, okay, that's cool. So we're learning stuff about that. We learned a little bit. Oh yeah, Ceres. Okay, here's the thing. I thought Ceres was just completely destroyed. Ceres is not completely destroyed. And the reason why it's not completely destroyed is because we didn't see Monica die. I'm telling you that. So because we didn't see Monica die, I'm thinking that Monica is actually going to be a character we're going to follow like next episode. So she's going to be like a character that like every time you follow like a mini storyline per episode, you get a new character that is kind of a protagonist. So I think Monica's going to be kind of a protagonist next episode, and we're going to follow her, and she's going to like struggle to survive in Ceres and save the people in Ceres. That's what Monica's going to do. It's going to be awesome. And maybe we're going to get the soldiers that were chatting shit in Ceres, and maybe they're going to be good. Maybe they're going to help us out, and they're going to help the people of Ceres, and it's going to be good. And Monica's going to film all of this, and it's like, Marco blew this whole place up. They're gonna find some evidence, and then maybe the whole build is gonna turn against Marco. Some shit like that. It's gonna be awesome. That'll be awesome because, like, you know, like the Earth has saved us, and it's this whole thing might be awesome. Might be really cool. But there's these other concerns that's going on. It's the fact that because Earth is maybe sharing resources with the people of Ceres. Earthers are gonna see that people on Earth that are fucking dying and they don't get any food. They're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, they're feeding the terrorists and not us. You know, it's like it's the American thing of like fucking people in the Middle East are all terrorists. They're not real, and it's like fucking goddamn it, you people. But it's like it is also somewhat understandable because everyone on Earth is literally dying because they don't have any food or place to live. So it's like, okay, in a way I can kind of understand it, and it's making me worried that like they're gonna overthrow the government or some shit like that. So maybe even if we get the Belters to be cool with us, maybe the Earthers won't be. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but we can hope it's gonna be good. And it wasn't explicitly told to you that Marco is the one that blew up Ceres. I'm assuming that he did because, you know, because like Avasarala didn't blow up Ceres. I'm telling you right now, she just didn't. Because it would look really bad for her. There's no reason for her to do that. Also, she's compassionate. Also, I don't think the asshole soldiers blew up Ceres either because they were inside of Ceres when it happened. So like, I don't think any of them did it. I think the person who blew up Ceres was Marco. Marco just let them to dry. He was like, well, fuck these people. We don't need them anyway. And it will actually be a really good move if we can like lure Earth into going to Ceres, and then we blow up Ceres, and then Earth, they lose people, they lose damages. Maybe we can get lucky, get like a full ship based off of that. That's gonna be cool. But even if that doesn't happen, we can say that Earth is the one that destroys Ceres, and we get a good PR move based off of that, and the people in the belt is gonna be like, yeah, fuck Earth, they kill Ceres. It's like, all right. Is there anything else I want to talk about other than Marco's a punk ass bitch? Sorry, like I'm legitimately doubling down on me saying that Marco is a punk ass bitch. just because I know it upsets people that like idolize Marco in some way, because they're like, oh, this guy's really cool, and I'm just like, yeah, is he though? Because he really is like a dumb, I mean, not dumb, an egotistical, manipulative asshole, which I consider pathetic, because that's the thing, is that there's also something some weird people do, which is like, oh, there's logic and then there's emotion, and a man of logic is a real man. It's some weird like Sigma male mentality like that. It's funny like that. By the way, whenever I say Sigma male, I'm making fun of them. Just so you know, it is this weird. Whatever, I don't want to get into that. Just Google what the fuck a Sigma male is, and you can make fun of them too. But it's the idea of like, I've seen some people being like, yo, Marco Inaros is actually, he's really cool. He's a really cool and collected, calm leader, and he believes that what he's doing is right for the belt. And it's like, he's a bitch. I don't just say that because I want to make fun of him. I say that because he's legitimately one of the most emotional people in the show. Like, everything he does is out of his own ego. You know, he likes the smell of his own farts, and everything he does is based off of that. Just like, I want to be the best. I want to swing my big dick around. You know, I want everyone to praise me. And then it's like, but like, it's not just that. It's not just he wants to be king, but also the fact that he's filled with hatred, and so he wants to kill a bunch of people because he hates them. Whatever the reason might be because he hates them is up in the air. But for example, the reason why he hates the Rosie here is because his ex is in there and his new boyfriend is in there, and he hates them both. And also, you can argue that because of Naomi, Sin died, and maybe he cared a little bit about Sin. I'm not sure about that, because I'm not sure that Marco is able to care about anyone. Because we already established that he was a fucking psychopath and he fucked Naomi up forever. And he continues to abuse, and like, he's so fucked. Marco is so fucked. And like, Naomi literally got trauma and almost PTSD from Marco. And then my man's out here being like, oh, it was her. It is her fault. She's the evil one, you know? I'm doing things right here, you know? She was too weak and a coward to be a fighter. We're fighting a good fight. You know, it's like he keeps lying to Philip, trying to fill his head with dumb thoughts. It's like, I really have no tolerance to people who do shit like that, you know? He's such a shit. And that's the thing, is that anything that Marco does is not out of like logic of like what would be the better like move in the war, whatever is going to give us the more advantage, or whatever is going to secure a position for the belt to win, or whatever. It's literally just like, I want to do this, therefore I'm going to do it. And it's just like, why are you doing it? Because I'm angry, because I want to prove that I'm the best, because I have a problem with ego, I have a problem with pride. It's literally just like, Marco's an emotional bitch, and he's almost like pathetic. And those are all the reasons why he does what he does. It's not out of an idea of wanting the belt to secure a position. It's not of the idea of like, these people are suffering and I will be the one that speaks for them, you know? It's not like that. It's literally just, this man is angry, and he is an egomaniac, a megalomaniac as well, and he really just wants for everybody in the universe to know how big his dick is when it's not. And that's his character. And I will continue to say that. I will say though that I'm gonna give credit whenever he can pull moves, like he lured Avasarala into going into Ceres and there's no resources, and it's like, okay, whatever move Earth does is a move to their disadvantage, you know? That is something that makes sense in like a warring position. But what is pathetic to me is not that, it's the fact that he does everything that he does out of spite and just dumb anger and just dumb pride and almost jealousy sometimes too. And it's like, that's why I think Marco's pathetic, and that's why I just enjoy talking shit on him. That's why I enjoy doing the Tommy was so cheap. That was such a satisfactory scene. Whenever Philip called him out on his bullshit, I love that so much. And like, genuinely, sorry if it is annoying for you to listen to me rant about Marco being a punk bitch, but like, doing so is generally one of my favorite things about The Expanse. It's literally one of my favorite things to do in this entire reaction series is just talk shit about Marco. So I'm gonna continue to do that because that to me is fun. So if you care about me enjoying the show, you're gonna have to deal with that. God, it would be great if I could timestamp this. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll timestamp this on the video and then you can skip ahead to whenever I'm not doing that. But if I do it every 5 minutes, then it's gonna be a little bit difficult. But I guess that's on me. Sorry. Anyway, that's it for this episode of The Expanse, I suppose. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. That kid's gonna come back to life. Marco's a bitch. Clarissa's awesome. Anna's awesome. Prax is awesome. I suppose we can talk about, Holden stopped the missile that didn't kill the Pella. I forgot to mention that. Holden is the one that canceled its activation. Otherwise, the Pella would have been dead, Marco would have been dead, and Philip would have been dead. And I like that the reason why that missile didn't trigger, it was because of James. It wasn't because of Naomi, because I was thinking Naomi was going to stop the missile, and she didn't. Naomi was literally just ready to, like, I'm going to watch my kid die, and she was, like, getting ready, just like, and Holden is like, no, I'm not going to kill Naomi's son. Damn, man. Holden, my man. I mean, I feel like we might regret that decision, because we're really, like, there's really not a lot to lose by killing the Pella. I'm sorry, but like no one aboard the Pella is someone that I would go out of my way to save. But because Holden cares about Naomi, he's like, no, we're gonna save Philip because Naomi cares about Philip, and I don't want to hurt her in this way. I don't want to have to deal with Naomi's just dealing with my son is dead. We're gonna try to save him somehow. So that is crazy to me because it's not Naomi the one that stopped it. It was Holden, you know? Naomi was ready to say goodbye, and Holden was like, no, I'm not gonna let you suffer. That's so good. That so many character defining moments here, you know? Not defining, but like reinforcing of who they are, you know? And that's awesome to me. Shoutouts to Anna, shoutouts to Prax, shoutouts to Philip for calling Marco on his bullshit, and I think that's gonna be it for this episode reaction to The Expanse. Thank you for being here. Alright everyone, that's going to be it for this episode reaction to The Expanse. If you'd like to watch the next 2 episodes, you can do so already over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below for that, social media, all sorts of cool stuff. My Twitch stream, I also stream on Twitch, hello. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to those patrons over here. I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody, bye bye.